Good morning, good afternoon, whatever time zone you are in. Happy Sunday. I know it's been a minute. Let's talk about this. All right, let me post this and let me pin a comment. All right, it is Sunday. Welcome, welcome, welcome inside the SilkOut live room. I love these braids, but this gray hair will not let me be great. It will not let me be great. How you guys doing out there? Hi, Vanita. Hi, Katie. Hi, Olivia. I know I haven't been live in a minute. I've been super duper busy. Katie, Katie, I've been meaning to reach out to you. I'm gonna reach out to you because I want to do something with you because I've enjoyed watching your journey and your transition from relaxer to natural. And it's just been amazing watching your hair. Your hair looks amazing. You have amazing hair and you have an amazing hairstylist, Ursula Logan out of, I believe it's Memphis, Tennessee. The U Factor Salon and Boutique. And I just love watching the great partnership that you guys have. And of course, with SilkOut System, we've been able to support you on that journey, and you got amazing support from Ursula being your hair care provider. And the taming treatment, allowed you to transition the relaxer without having to cut your hair off and do a big chop. Everybody can't do that. And so I've just enjoyed watching your journey. So thanks for tagging us in your post and things of that nature. You guys, you want to go check out Katie Mac's 34 page. Her hair she just has a just beautiful hair, and she had a relaxer. I think you've been on the products now for about 2 or 3 years, I want to say. And I've seen you guys post the whole process, and your hair just is freaking amazing. I'm sitting here today before I got on. That's great. I kind of miss those days in the salon. Before I got on, I was scrolling, and I saw a beautiful short blonde hair transformation, and I was like, oh. Being that I have so much gray hair, these braids are telling the truth. And I was like, do I just want to cut my hair and go back blonde? But then I love hair. So I'm kind of at that crossroads again. 4 years. Oh, so you're a veteran with us. We've been around 5 years. So 4 years, and you guys, it is a journey. It is a journey. It doesn't happen overnight. But like I said, with your partnership with your stylist and friend, Ursula, has been able to help you get those results, and there's a lot of things we can do at home with our hair. And then there's a lot of things that we need support with. And that's my topic I was going to kind of talk about today, was like all these methods that I keep seeing pop up. And these are not things that we use in the salon. Like, as a professional stylist, it's like, what? They told you to do what to your hair? And sounds good for someone who doesn't have a stylist. So you're getting advice from people who are practicing and creating regimens at home. But in actuality, I'm science-based. So if there's no science behind it, what is really going on? And how is that really helping your hair? So, and I promote, SilkOut System has 2 parts. We have a pro side and we have a consumer side. And this page is mostly dedicated to consumers. And then we have our pro, which is SilkOut Pro. So we do have our professional smoothing system that is for licensed stylists only, because it's a very, very high potency amount of protein and other amazing ingredients that gives stylists the arsenal to offer deep hair restoration and a lot of customized treatments that although it's not a chemical, it just wouldn't work well with a consumer. It's truly for a licensed professional. So Katie sees one of our SilkOut pros, Ursula of U Factor Salon in Memphis, Tennessee, and you guys really embody the mission for my brand. Is, like I said, not everybody can do their hair at home. Not everybody wants to do their hair at home, but we have great educated stylists that work with our product, and our mission is to partner and be able to be a support, or help you guys find someone who's certified in SilkOut Pro services and products, and support you when you need professional support. There's times when you need it, there's times when you don't. Well, hopefully you get a combination of both. Katie has her professional stylist, but she also uses the maintenance products at home. She follows the regimen her stylist gives her, and also gets her regular treatments and trims, and pretty much the results is gonna be the same, healthy hair. And so, like I said, go follow her page and you can check out her hair journey over the last 4 years. All right, like I said, this gray hair will not let these. I'm loving my braids. It's been about 3 weeks, but this gray hair will not let me be gray at all. So I'm at a crossroads. Part of me wants to cut it back off and just dye it blonde, because it's so much gray now. I don't have to do a lot of lifting to get to blonde. It'll be more depositing, but we'll see. But however, happy Sunday. I wanted to talk about methods. And one of the ones I've seen recently pop up when I'm on YouTube taking care of some business. Girl, thank you. This ain't it. This ain't it for me. I'm not ready to be salt and pepper yet. But I guess when that time comes, I'm not about that life. Now I know why my clients were always like, color my roots every 2-3 weeks, 4 weeks. Because this has literally been I color my hair like the end of July, and I got my hair braided on August 3rd. So let's just talk about hair growth for a minute. This is 3 weeks. This is 3 weeks of growth. No miracles, no magic, just the human body doing what it does. And so, yeah, I colored my hair like maybe 3 days before I went and got it braided. If not two days. It was like less than 4 days. So there you go. 3 weeks of growth. What the average hair grows, it kind of varies, but it's about 1/4 of an inch a month. 1/4 of an inch a month. I've never seen anyone's hair my whole career grow like 1/2 an inch. 1/4 of an inch, you may find somebody with 3/4 of an inch. And like I said, the month ain't over. It's still 10 more days in the month. So I've got room to probably reach. That's like 1/4 of an inch. So I could possibly reach a hair, a good solid 1/4 to 1/2, almost close to 1/2 inch, but I don't count like that. I'm confident that my hair is healthy and on track to do what it needs to do. I see a lot of quick growth videos. You guys be careful. Whenever somebody puts quick, fast in front of something and it has to do with hair growth, it's just not possible. It's just not possible. Your hair growth is connected to your whole cellular system inside of your body. So nothing that you can do is going to speed up your hair growth that's not going to affect the rest of your body. And especially not going to happen topically. You may get some stimulation from certain products if your follicle needs some stimulation, but it's not going to you just can't spot treat hair growth. I'm sorry, it can't happen. There are some medical things, but they also come with some high side effects. So it's the key is getting your body in health and in balance so that it can properly produce hair at the rate that it's supposed to. Right. P31 Studios, the deception is super real. And I just can't I just can't be a part of that, knowing what I know and just integrity behind my license and my brand. But everywhere you turn, it's something, fast, quick, miracle, super magic. It's that's what consumers want to hear. So that's what people put on their packaging and their marketing, is that there's something, because we all want our hair to have grown yesterday. We all wanted to lose weight yesterday. We always, we all wanted to have good skin yesterday. So, and I'm just keeping it real that it's a process. If your hair is already growing, like, there's nothing you can do to speed it up. Just take care of it. Take care of the hair you have so that you can nurture it and you can retain it. It's called length retention. And taking care of that is a combination of trimming your ends, conditioning regimens, clean, healthy scalp, healthy hair, and of course, healthy diet, as healthy as you can get it. Okay. And then if you're still having like hair loss, and we've kind of talked about that this month. If you haven't, if you missed our live, we had an amazing live this month with Kai Smith, trichologist, and she's an educator, has an amazing program for licensed stylists. We just had a candid conversation, like, it is what's going on inside of our bodies. So if you feel like you're doing all the right things and you have hair loss, and hair breakage is two different things. Hair breakage is hair that's broken along the strand. It's breaking off in small to medium pieces, and that's usually from products or activity that we're doing, or lack of care. Yeah, we would have, I did a post some time back that said, where's the hair? Like, where's the beef? I don't know if you're old enough to remember those Wendy's commercials. It was like, where's the beef? I was like, where is the hair? Where is the hair? Hey, Joanne, where is the hair from all of the oils and magical things that are on the market to speed up, quick, fast, super, longer, thicker, stronger, all those ads we see? Where is the hair? Like, where is it? Where is it? There should be like Rapunzel's everywhere from this hair. And please don't, like, I don't compete with companies. I don't bash companies. I just tell the truth. So I never need to use a company's name, but there's a company that's promoting regrowth on braids and their grow serum or what have you. And they're using the regrowth on braids and extensions as, that's what's, the growth is coming from the product. Very deceiving. Very, very, very deceiving. And my growth is coming from my hair. It's supposed to grow. My hair and nails grow, Is it a miracle? Is it a magic? Is it, was it fast? Was it super? No, it's just it's the body's functioning the way it's supposed to function, But if I wanted to say, ooh, get this product, yeah, I would make a lot of videos with people with 3-month-old braids and say that it's a month old and it came from the product. Like, that will sell a lot of product. And my goal, and yeah, I'm a business. Yeah, we're a business to be profitable, but we're not in business to deceive people. And we're not in business to take advantage of, everybody's weak points. And we're not in, like, I'm not on a mission to, make, like I'm not money oriented. I'm business oriented. So of course, like I said, our goal is to be profitable, but be profitable from helping you and giving you real advice, and giving you real, solutions to your hair issues, and we'll grow that way. If I wanted to do a get rich quick overnight, I have the marketing team. I know how to access the products, and I could make content that would, attract that. I can't do that and sleep well at night. I can't. Hey, Carissa. Hey, Justina. And Judy. I was having a brain fog for a minute. So like when I see social media names, they're different than Facebook names. So Judy is one of our stylists out of Fort Lauderdale area. Justina is one of our SilkOut pros out of the Bahamas. She does amazing work with her clients, natural or not. And Carissa is one of our SilkOut pro stylists and educators out of Bristol, Pennsylvania. So we're like I said, we're not just a hair care line, and I'm not an influencer based on like, my personal presence. But I am an educator, and I want to influence you with real solutions and get you support, get you supported with products, get you supported with information and regimens, as well as get you in the hands of professional stylists that can help you. Someone asked me for an ends trim video. I wouldn't recommend you trim your ends at home, so I can't make a video, or I wouldn't suggest a video that's going to help you trim that could be crucial. Like when I come out of this, I got to find somebody to go to get a good shape up. Just not going to try to do it myself because I don't want any problems. My color, for a little while, I could do it when it was super short, but now that it's got a couple inches on the top, I don't want to do that. Thank you. Thank you, Carissa. I don't want to handle it myself. I don't want to overlap. I don't want to, I want it done right. So, and even though I'm a professional, I just can't get back here. I can kind of I know where the color is supposed to go, but I can't see where it's supposed to go. Just like relaxers, people want to demonize relaxers and say, "Oh, it didn't work," or it broke my hair off. First, you have no business doing a relaxer yourself. I think that is the biggest issues. And we don't sell a relaxer, so I'm not promoting relaxers, but I'm not anti-relaxers. I think the biggest issues with relaxers were that people were trying to do them themselves. And just because they sell them to you doesn't mean that they are for you, because they still put on the packaging for professional use only. But that's also another issue in the industry, because then why would you put it on the shelves if you didn't want them to use it? And it's like, well, they bought it, product sold, but we put our disclaimer so we can't get sued because they took it into their own hands. But they'll still say, they don't get mad at the companies for selling it to them. They get mad because they have damaged hair. I wouldn't do my own relaxer. How can I see? Just smack some stuff on my head, overlapping, missing spots, under process, over process. I'm bound to have damaged hair that way. If I was going to get any chemical service, relaxer, I'm going to go book an appointment. I'm going to go vet a professional, do my homework, and get it done right. Right. If you don't know what you're doing, and it's not, and that, I think that's what happens, Judy, in our industry. They kind of try to dummy down licensing and credentials and things of that nature. And just because it's a cream, just because you put it on, I have the stuff. Okay, I got all the stuff to do my relaxer. That doesn't make you qualified because you bought the stuff. This is why I don't sell the taming treatment, because they'd be like, I got it. I've had people show up at my salon to get the taming treatment. And it was like, I'm here to buy the stuff. I saw online. And I'm like, what stuff? It's just like the taming treatment, because I'm doing my niece's hair. I'm like, what salon do you work at? Oh, I don't work in a salon. But it's botanical based. She's watched all the videos online. And I'm like, oh, I'm sorry, honey. That product is for licensed certified professionals. And she's like, oh. And I drove all the way over here, and she drove about an hour and a half to get there. And it's not just the product. You have to know what you're doing. Right. I can go to Otto's Pep Boys, and I can say, I think I'm gonna do an oil change today. They're gonna sell me everything, and I'm gonna go home and mess up and probably quit halfway through it because it ain't for me. Or just like my nails, I've learned in school, they teach us the fundamentals, I got access to all the equipment and all the supplies, but I'm not going to waste my money knowing that I don't have the skill or the know-how. I haven't taken the certification for the classes to be able to apply, you know, and especially with whatever all these new techniques that are out. I just let the pros do what pros do. That's like, we have Home Depot. You can go in there and, buy whatever. I'm going to redo my floors. Okay. And they make it seem easy. Here, all you got to do is do this and put this. And then you get started. You're like, oh, now what did he say? They said, put this here. You end up making a bigger mess than if you just would have let a professional do what professionals do. So I think that's the issue with relaxers. And I see that like I see more people promoting them, more people going back to them, that, natural hair isn't for everyone. Everybody's can't embrace their curl pattern. And I'm not saying that you have to. Do what's best for you. Do what fits your lifestyle. And every time I think about growing my hair out, I keep saying my lifestyle now is, can you please close my door? Thank you. My lifestyle now is really, I see why as women get older, they just wear their hair short. Because it's just easy breezy. Easy breezy. You ready to go all the time. So we'll see how long I make this. Yes, Judy, it should be regulated. There should be a regulation. So I fault the greedy companies that don't care about the regulation. It's a beauty supply, right? We all know the average professional does not even buy their products in local beauty supplies. So those local beauty supplies service consumers. So when consumers go in there and they see, that they can get access to every product, like I said, just because you have access to a product doesn't mean you're equipped to provide the service. I can go buy tattoo products, not equipped to do the service. I don't have the knowledge, the training. I haven't practiced. I don't have the expertise. I can do it, Kiara. Let it grow. But this color, Carissa, this color is not, woo. I'm trying to make it till like the end of the month, but I don't think I'm going to make it. I don't think I'm going to make it. Thank you. I'm coming. People are unlicensed doing doing hair in the beauty supply stores because they want to, everybody want a piece of the market. Then everybody, and it's funny because everybody that's licensed to do hair don't want a piece of the market. They want to dummy down their whole business, and that's a whole nother lie. Go light, yeah, Carissa. I'm strongly thinking to go lighter because now that I have so much white, there's not a lot of lifting involved, except I'll have to correct what's on the ends. But once I get that corrected, it's just toning. But once I saw this, I was like, well, geez, you can just start depositing at this point. My whole head is not this way, I don't think. See? It's mostly like this whole little thing over here is where it's at. This little section is spreading. It's pour like 70% over here, and it's like 40-50% there. We'll see when I take it out. But what I want to talk about real quick, you guys, was these methods. And the most recent one I seen, I don't know if you guys have seen this, but this took me out. I said, let this apply. Oh, God. Poor babies. They'll get it from anybody but where they should get it from. And I'm not saying every licensed stylist is tried and true. You really have to vet your professional, get their reviews, talk to their customer, like get a referral, get a review, get their reviews. Make sure that they specialize in what you want, not just do hair. Because some stylists don't have a specialty. They'll be like, oh yeah, I know how to do that, because it means money behind it. But they just gonna go watch a quick YouTube video just so they can do it, and they be like, well, I tried, Spend the money. Go to the person. The person you think is charging too much there's a reason why they're charging what they charge. Because too much for you is maybe, because maybe you're not used to investing into yourself at that level. But there's a reason why they charge. They've been trained, they've been certified, they've been educated, they've practiced, they've proven themselves, they're booked, they're busy, and they're able to put value on, all of that investment in their training and their craft. There's a difference between somebody who's going to braid your hair to the flow for $70 versus someone who's going to charge you $800 and do a damn good job that they can stand behind. So while we're always, don't always look for, I'm not paying nobody $300. I got on YouTube. I see the videos. I got on YouTube and I did it by myself. That's fine if you got that kind of time, but make sure you ain't ripping your hair out. Because I've seen a lot of hair ripped out with that crochet needle, braiding that hair and pulling that hair underneath that braid, pulling that yarn underneath that braid. Be careful and make sure you're not doing it too tight. You guys need to preserve your edges. But real quick, so I'm on YouTube doing something. I listen to motivation videos and different stuff and listen to podcasts and stuff. And I see these videos pop up talking about this Baggy method. I'm like, child, what they doing now? Let me see what the people doing. So, right. And someone that cares about your hair. There's actually someone I just found. She does amazing braids. She does exactly what I want. And to me, she don't charge enough. I really want to say, look, I'll pay you $1,000, but I need one thing. I need her to get an assistant, because if I fly in to get my hair braided, she got to finish in one day. I can't be there for 3 days, and that's a whole nother subject. But so this Baggy method, what I've seen the people doing is putting their hair in little plastic bags, putting the ends of their hair, loading up product on the ends of their hair and sticking it in the plastic bag. Now, is something magical supposed to happen when you do this? Nothing magical is supposed to happen. Oh, you're extra moisturizing your ends? No. This is no different than when you condition your hair and you put a plastic cap over your head. And the purpose of putting the plastic cap over your head is, one, it heats up your body temperature. And then if you go under heat, that heats up your body temperature. It heats up what's underneath the cap to open the cuticle. So you get better penetration of the conditioning treatments or the color or what have you. And the temperature cools off and you rinse it out and, you have the conditioner in your hair. But this right here, and I don't know even whose page I was watching. So, because it started a whole bunch of videos. You know how you watch one video on YouTube and then they all start coming up. And so I was like, what? And it's like, well, if you sleep in this at night, it helps protect your ends. So your hair can only absorb so much. If your ends are that dry, thank you, Justina. You know where I'm going. See, this is science, you guys. That's why you can't tell this stuff to a hairstylist. If your ends are that dry, it's a sign that it's time for them to be trimmed. You can soak them in the most magical of oils overnight. If they're dead, they're dead. If they're dry, then it's a sign that you need a deep conditioning treatment. maybe a series. And you may need not just moisture. Sometimes your hair can't retain moisture because you are lacking protein. I teach this all the time. Moisture, moisture, moisture is not the end all be all to everything. You need a certain amount of protein so that your hair can correct itself internally, and that there's some structure inside of the strand so that the hair can retain moisture. And the real purpose of moisture is making sure that the protein, it balances out the protein so that your hair is soft and pliable. If your hair is dry and brittle, it still needs protein first to strengthen it, and then it needs moisture to make it pliable. If it's just dry, split, and popping off, a sandwich bag ain't gonna save you. At some point, you're gonna need to trim anything that's dead. That's like you have a dead plant. The leaves have now turned yellow. What's the first sign that something's wrong with one of the leaves on your plant? They've turned yellow. And once it starts to turn yellow, it's not going to come back green. It's time to let it go. And now, if all of your leaves are turning yellow, there's something wrong with the whole plant. There's something wrong with the soil. You need to address that. Every now and then, you're going to have some leaves that get old and need to be trimmed off. So instead of keeping the dead leaves on your plant and pouring water on them and wrapping them up in plastic, is not going to reverse what's already happened. If the ends are already dead and split, get them trimmed. And continue to nurture the hair that is not dead and split. And do it on a regular basis so that you can slow down split ends by taking care of your hair. That reduces. Because you can speed it up by poor care, poor product choices. Sometimes you guys use a lot of alkaline styling gels and things, and they hold well, but they also dry your hair out. So if you're not reconditioning your hair and rebalancing your hair, eventually the hair grows down and it becomes old and dead. Yes. Yeah, it's hard getting the licensed stylist, Judy, to speak up, because sometimes they go along with it. They be like, well, I'm going to try that too. So those are just stylists who don't have control over their business. And they don't even really believe in their craft. They're just licensed and following the flow. They're not setting the pace. So it's not going to work. Just keeping your hair wet, it's not going to work. You need to correct the problem. And how do we correct the problem at SilkOut System? With our repair duo. And I'm not pitching the product, but I'm just telling the truth. If your hair is weak and breaking, you need our Revive. If your hair is dry and brittle, you need our Care Mask. If your hair is both, you need both of them. And you can use them together. You can mix them together. Best used under heat. And you can use them weekly if you need to until the problem is corrected. Then you can go back to our maintenance conditioner, which is a balanced conditioner. But you should be restoring the lost protein. We lose protein in our hair from everyday wear and tear use of styling. And if it's not replenished, then the hair starts to break down and become weak and dry and brittle. So that's why it's important to, even if you don't use chemicals, you still use water, you still go out into the elements, you still use styling products. They all have chemicals on them. Everything technically is a chemical compound. So that's why it's important. So that's what I wanted to share. All these methods, lock methods, I've, kind of read, I've seen videos, people try to explain it. Another one I see is something about this, styling the hair while soaking wet, conditioning the hair while soaking wet. it's not gonna work. It's not best. To get the most out of your products, you need to towel dry and remove the water droplets off of the hair. Because if you put leave-in products in the hair, and I used to have an assistant that did this, and I could tell, yeah, I've been doing hair for 30 years, I could tell when she did it, because my go-to for all my thermal work is SilkOut serum. So all my silk presses, after conditioning, rinse out, towel dry well, SilkOut serum, maybe some replenish, section, and blow dry. It leaves an amazing shine. I know the hair is ready to go. And there's some incidents where a client would get to my chair and I'd be like, this hair feels dry. And, I asked her, did you use SilkOut serum? And she'd go, yeah, I used it, And then I started to pay attention. And there was times when she would rinse the conditioner out and leave their hair back in the bowl. And then go to get the SilkOut serum and put it on top of the wet hair. And I'd be like, oh, no. You got to dry that water off. Because if the hair is soaking wet, what's happening? The hair is still dropping water. So the product doesn't get to absorb into the hair because now the water is taking up that space. So all of your conditioning, all of your leave-in is going to roll off and you're not going to get it in the hair. But there's a bunch of videos going around putting stuff on the hair while it's soaking wet because everybody thinking they're trapping moisture in the hair. They're like, I'm gonna capture this water in the hair and hold it in there with these products. That's not how it happens. That's just it's attractive to people who don't know any better, but that's just not how it works. You want to make sure you towel dry the hair because you want the SilkOut serum to get into the hair, help fill the hair, seal the cuticle, block out the humidity, protect the hair from the heat. You want the replenish to get in the hair. You want whatever Vitasilk, you want that to get into the hair. If that hair is soaking wet, you're not going to get the benefits of it. Even when conditioning, after you shampoo, towel dry, get the water out the way, and emulsify that conditioner into your hand, not putting just goops out and just smashing it on. You need to break that conditioner down by warming it up in your hands. And then on the towel dry hair, work it in and then brushing it and comb it through. Then if you need some more, then you put some more on top of that. But you want it to be able to absorb into the hair. So if you're putting conditioners or leave-in products on super soaking wet hair, it's just going to run off. And you're going to lose the water and you're going to lose the product. And then you're going to think products didn't work. So make sure you towel dry your hair. Don't be putting stuff on. Water to moisturize your hair, you're not trying to lock water into your hair. I think that's the big misconception with, I'm putting the liquids and then I'm putting oils and I'm sealing it in. That's not what moisturizes the hair. What moisturizes the hair is the hair's ability, controlling the pH. And I'm going to end on this note. Controlling the pH, the porosity. The hair will hold what it needs when the porosity is intact. So for those that buy product based on porosity, that's another big no-no. The goal is to fix your porosity, not just use a product that says, oh, high and low porosity. I'm like, they got them again. They got them again. If your hair is overly porous, high porosity, whatever, I'm beauty school based. That means it can be fixed. It just needs to be corrected with the proper conditioning that brings the cuticle back down, brings the pH of the hair back down. And the products determine that. Protein is going to restore porosity. And it may take 1 or 2 or 3 treatments if it's not far-fetched. Sometimes when it's too far gone, that's when it's time for a haircut. When it can't be corrected, it's time for a haircut. And you just don't pile up oils and product to mask that your hair is porous. You fix it. You correct it. It can be corrected And that's what our taming and restorative treatment is very, very powerful at correcting that. If your hair is low porosity, you don't need a special shampoo for that. That's generally a sign that your hair is virgin. It's been untouched. It's not chemically altered in any way. It can be if you're using a lot of heat and styling products, but it's not a condition that like is a challenge. It just means you have virgin hair. The only challenge from low porosity hair is when you do want to try to wear your hair straight. It requires a little deep conditioning and a little swelling of the cuticle so that you can soften the hair up because it's virgin hair. So you want to soften it up with steam or heat, deep conditioning to get the products in that's going to help your silk press, your blowout surface last. But it's not a challenge. So how do we correct moisture? We correct the porosity. How do we correct the porosity? We correct the pH of the hair, and that is bringing that hair strand back into perfect health. So that requires a combination of protein and a combination of moisture. And once those things are brought back down, the cuticle corrects itself. It's not like, hey, it's like, hey. Low porosity is, the cuticle is very tight. So nothing can get in and nothing can get out. So when you're styling and you're like, oh, my edges won't lay down because your hair is curly. They're not supposed to lay down. Now you're forcing them down. And then you start to use high alkaline products that alter the porosity and the pH to make your hair hold. So each time you use those products that make your hair last forever, it's going to come with some compromise, and it starts to open the cuticle. The more the cuticle is open, the more you put, it's like you've opened yourself up for a little damage to take place. And so that's why if you are using like a lot of gels and things, you have to condition on a regular basis. If you do chemical services, it's not that the chemicals are bad. They have to be conditioned properly. And the porosity, the pH of the hair has to always be rebalanced to keep the hair in perfect health. All right. So I don't want to see no sandwich bags on your hair, on the ends of your hair. If your ends are bad, after you've deep conditioned and for about 90 days, they ain't coming back. And just keeping product soaking in the bag, it's like soaking your false teeth. They're dead. If your ends are dead, just get a trim and move forward. Don't try to hold on. This is not going to correct. Sleeping with conditioner in your hair, basically, is not going to correct a problem. The hair can only absorb so much. And usually within 10 minutes, 15 minutes, that's it. Overnight ain't going to do nothing no different than 10 minutes under a dryer or steam would do. It's not going to happen. All right. So that's my share for today. I hope you guys have an amazing rest of your day. And I will chat with you guys soon. Take care. Bye-bye.